Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CACC Rocket League Championship. My name is Denny, and I'm here with Bearlight tonight. How's it going, Bearlight?
Doing super well, excited for a championship here tonight. So, we're going to get into the details here momentarily, but this is going to be an exciting one for sure. It's a matchup that we saw back in week 5. So, it was a close series back then, and I expect nothing less than that same kind of drive from both of these teams tonight. It's a beautiful night for this as well. A great Tuesday night, as always, here at CACC, and happy to be with you, Denny.
Yeah, it's been a long road to get here. We initially started with 4 teams at the start of the season. One team had to drop, so we then had basically a double round robin between the remaining 3 teams. And then Goldey, Beacom, and Post kind of went back and forth throughout the regular season. Goldey Beacom won the first game, but Post won the most recent one 4-2. So this should be a very close match. GBC was the higher seed, so Post had to get through Wilmington last week in the semifinals to get here tonight. So it should be, like Bear said, a really close game. I'm really looking forward to it. Post looking to go back-to-back conference champions for the first time in program history tonight. And meanwhile, Goldey Beacom, they are actually in the finals of all 3 game titles that we're playing here in the CACC. So they're going to be looking to sweep all 3 finals, which we have never seen before here in the CACC, here in the 3rd season of this conference. So they're going to look to start doing that with Rocket League here tonight. And we are just about ready to get in game here. Let me just full screen and get the sound up here. Here we go. All right. We are ready to go. We are on the pitch. It is the finals. Your Post University Eagles versus the Goldey Beacom Lightning. And we have got Bicky Bop, Birdwick, and Jade for GBC, Blitz, BigSpence, and Klowa for the Eagles. Now, I don't recall Bicky Bop from the previous games, Bearlight. Do you have any insight on this player?
Yeah, that's correct. Don't have insight from this player at all. I haven't seen them play in the regular season. The last time that these 2 teams matched up, it was Jade, Ozor, and Birdwick to start it off, and then Karma came in for Ozor a little bit later on in the series, but haven't seen anything from this player specifically. So we'll keep track and see how they can perform. I thought Karma was extremely good with the pairing that we see from last time, so we'll see if Bicky Bob can kind of perform to that level.
So far, pretty even start. No team with a real significant advantage yet. That's a shot off the top crossbar by Jade, though. And Goldey Beacom putting on some pressure early for these Eagles to deal with. But so far, they have dealt with it as Blitz gets the clear off the ceiling here. Going to follow that up for the double tap. Yes, sir! Off the top of the opponent, and Post will strike first in the finals.
Maybe a little bit of hope here when it went off the top of their card to go in, but either way, you set yourself up for success, and no, that was going to be on target anyways, so just banking it off their heads and saying, let's get off to a great start. Love seeing Post University get off and running this early in the series.
Yeah, Blitz looking really sharp so far to start things off, as we see here. Bicky getting a nice touch off the ceiling, cleared away by BigSpence, but that's a double commit. Shot off the crossbar, cleared away by Klowa with 0 boost, and the Eagles survive another offensive push by Goldey Beacom. That shot also going to be a little bit off the mark. Birdwick gets the demo on the back end, and Jade going to put a nice shot on net, but once again, slightly off the mark, and GBC, these chances just coming up slightly short here, Bear.
Yeah, they're definitely putting on a lot of pressure than we saw in the early stages of last matchup here, as Post University took a majority of shots. They started off the series with a 5-2 win. Game 2 is 5-1. Game 3, 5-0. So they had a majority of those chances, but right now they certainly are putting on the pressure. So we see another great opportunity. Just go a little bit wide.
Birdwick with the flip reset, barely dodged away and blocked away there by Blitz. Now Jade going to put a follow-up shot on net. Spence misses the save, but it doesn't matter. Shot was off target, and now Eagles have to scramble once again. Blitz getting a nice touch into the corner. Oh, but too slow on the recovery, and Birdwick will pick up the loose change in front of the net for GBC.
Blitz got a touch, and I think he thought it was going to careen around the wall a little bit more than it did. It bounced back up into dangerous territory, and they weren't able to swing around and get that challenge in time. So because of that, it's now Goldey Beacom able to get it equal here, which is something they weren't able to do until about the game 4, actually, where they were able to take that win.
Blitz had a decent look at that one, but wasn't able to get a lot of power on that ball. Now a pass off the corner for Klowa coming in, but can't quite get there. Now BigSpence punts it up, but low boost, won't be able to follow that one as Birdwick puts it in the corner. But a crucial boost steal there as Klowa takes it off the top of the car, and it's in top right.
There it is. Now Klowa again finding the back of the net is definitely not a stranger to it. And when Beacom got that initial touch, it's a good read and step up. Don't hesitate. You know it. You trust the process and you dive in for the lead and getting it directly back.
2-1 post as we are approaching halftime now. That's a good kickoff, though. And yeah, Jade going to take advantage. A great kickoff here for Goldey Beacom as we see Beacom just beating Blitz to the ball. And also a bit of a, I don't know if that was a design kickoff from post, but it obviously did not end up working out. And just like that, we're tied up again, Bear.
Yeah, and the fact that they were able to beat 2 with that first initial touch because Post University was cheating up. So again, great play here from Goldey Beacom able to do what Post University has done so many times during the course of the regular season.
Blitz going for the flip reset. Oh, great shot on net there by BigSpence, but an even better save by Bicky as now we see Klowa trying to slow things down a little bit. Went for the carry, but wasn't able to get the ball on top of his car. Now here's Blitz going for a ceiling shot. That's going to be waterfalling down for BigSpence, but a great save by Bicky Bop coming off of the ceiling and turning that one away. And now post. Blitz with the counterattack. Ball is almost on target off the right post. BigSpence puts a ground ball on target, but saved once again by this GBC defense. Now Blitz with a nice pass. Klowa down in front, but no one there to finalize that shot. And Bicky will clear it out.
Jade looking to collect this as well and try to find some momentum because the shots have been back and forth. You know, it's usually Blitz and Klowa that we're saying are the ones truly making these big plays that are creating some danger zones here for this Goldey Beacom team, but really BigSpence has gotten into the action too. It's great to see coming up from that purple team and making a splash here in the orange team early.
Wow, Post really got away with one right there. Great play by the GBC offense to get a demo and then also forcing an early jump there off of the from the Post University defense, but the shot was wide and Post definitely counted lucky stars there. Oh, this one's down in front though. Blitz has to hustle because he couldn't see if there was a shooter. But no goal yet. Birdwick now slowing it down a little bit. Getting it into the corner. Spence can't make contact. Now here's Jade with a pass off the sidewall in no man's land now. Finally, Blitz catches up to it. And Klowa getting the demo in front of the net. But BigSpence can't win the 50 against Birdwick. But there's a shot and could thread the needle, and it does. Blitz puts it bottom right with 33 seconds to go.
Birdwick just couldn't quite control it, and when you see that developing, that's twice now. Once from Klowa on the other side of the pitch in order to get the first goal on the board. A big late-term goal here with 33 seconds left to take the lead.
Yep, Post just has to hold on here now and play good defense. Although this could be trouble. Birdwick coming in, but BigSpence putting his car in front of that ball, making a clutch save. And now Klowa beating another one. BigSpence up in front, going for the redirect, but now nobody's home. Beacom puts a shot on target, and it's in, and we're tied up at 3. Too aggressive on the offensive end. Post was looking for the dagger, the nail in the coffin there, and instead they give up the tying goal here in transition.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of playing exactly how you played, and aggression was part of their game plan to get the lead, but you have to be able to be mindful that you just have to run out the clock. You don't have to be that aggressive, so it makes them pay. Both teams have been super opportunistic here in this one, Denny.
Yeah, this one could be going to overtime here. Oh, maybe not, as there's a miss there from, I believe it was Birdwick. Blitz going to keep it up in the air for Klowa. Passes it mid. Blitz with the shot turned away by Beacom, and it will fall, and we will have overtime in game 1. You couldn't have asked for a better start to this series, Bear.
No, you could not. I mean, this has been back and forth. Both teams have shown
Down
up in
front.
these moments.
Off the crossbar. Now Klowa, shadow defense here, stalling for time, waiting for his team to get back. A little flick by Bicky. Nice block by Blitz, and then Klowa will clear it out. And the Eagles breathe a sigh of relief there.
Yeah, big, strong play defensively. You want to see those early in overtime. Let's see if they keep active.
Blitz can't quite get the read off the ceiling. GBCJ does pop it off there. As Klowa Keeps it in the corner. This is a pass out front. Great anticipation there by Blitz, getting in front of that shooting lane. But that's a good 50 by Beacom as BigSpence coming in here. Oh, here's Birdwick in front, but Blitz, once again, on the defensive end, making some clutch plays. Beacom down in front. Klowa can't make contact, but it's okay. No shooter there for Goldey Beacom. And now this one is left all alone. BigSpence, no boost in the tank. What can you do? Go low and get another 50. It almost worked out. GBC did not recognize how much boost he had in the tank.
He clearly was hiding it from him, too. Didn't want them to know. And the low 50-50 worked almost twice as they got that off the front end at first. A great passing play, though, and it goes a little wide.
Yeah, I think Birdwick might have been in good position to save that anyways, but it was a very good look for post regardless.
They've had quite a few of these in overtime as well, so to see them kind of jump up on the play, especially when they've been playing defense for the past minute or so, it's great to see them as proactive as they have been.
Here's BigSpence with a shot on target. Jade is there, though. Now here's Blitz. Another good anticipatory save by Jade on the defensive end for the Lightning. And we are still tied, but this is an opening here for Birdwick, but a great save by BigSpence coming across the goal line. We got a double demo in front of the post net as well, so it's going to be a 2v2 for a few seconds. Down in front, Blitz trying to catch that one, but came off a little bit too hot from his car. Gets a second touch, but Vicky reads it. And now Klowa in transition. Gets the anticipatory block off the side wall, but Birdwick is there once again for Goldey Beacom, and still overtime continues.
Yeah, they have been on their marks, and so is Post University, to be fair. Both teams certainly don't want to give up anything for free, but they've also had great looks offensively, so it's not like they're just kind of playing conservatively. This has been end-to-end Rocket League that we love and have fun with week after week at CACC.
Yeah, great setup there from Klowa, but unfortunately he had no boost to follow that ball up after he punted it up to himself. Blitz with a nice 50 in the corner, but down in front and no shooter available as Birdwick gets one flick. Blitz gets in front of Jade's attack here. And now Bicky will take over. It's a flick over one. Great touch there by Blitz, but now Jade with an open shot, just going to punt it up. Klowa can't make contact, neither can Blitz. It's off the top crossbar, and Birdwick will slam it in for Goldey Beacom, and Goldey will take the Game 1 victory.
Jade, a big goal scorer when we talk about last series, and really kept it relevant in that series as Post University was one away after outscoring Goldey Beacom by the count of 15-3 in the first 3 games. But, you know, we expected that one to kind of go in for Jade, but they also created some great offensive chances throughout the entirety of this game. And it's certainly a good sign that you kind of build on the momentum that you had at the tail end of that Week 5 loss, where you got 2 out of the last 3 wins. So that's what they were looking to do. They came out to do it. They came out with lightning speed, pun intended. The Eagles just need to be able to match that speed and come out to Game 2 striking.
Yeah, that was just, like, obviously we said it at the start of the game here. These teams are extremely evenly matched, and it's going to come down to which team actually shows up with the best mechanics and the best team play, the best communication, and that kind of that X factor, right? Like, we are in the finals here. History is on the line for both squads tonight, so that's got to be playing a factor as well, Bear, like in the back of these players' minds, right? Like, you know, just the intensity of the moment, right?
Yeah, it's a big moment for sure, and whether it's in person or just virtual like we are here tonight, it doesn't matter. A big match is a big match. You have to be able to perform there. When we talk about clutch, you have to bring up Klowa late in that series, certainly being able to, in some sense, bail out the Eagles in that Week 5 victory against this Goldey Beacom team. So you got to look for your players that perform under pressure to be able to step up in big moments, be able to make the plays you're looking for. And Klowa and Blitz certainly 2 that I look for. And if BigSpence can keep up like he has in Game 1, they should give themselves a shot throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, BigSpence also doing a great job for the Eagles tonight, coming off of the bench. We usually see Nimbix in that shot as BigSpence. What did I say? I mentioned him, and he scores. Look at that. Off the rip here for the Eagles. BigSpence's first goal of the series. But, yeah, coming off the bench tonight. Nimbix not available tonight, so BigSpence coming in as that big 4th man and already making his presence felt here in Game 2.
And you gotta know that they're in the comms right now, enjoying every little bit of that one. Number 1, Klowa with a beautiful setup. Not known for the assist as much as others, but that was a perfect touch to get over the BigSpence, and to see him finish like that is something that you all got to be excited about.
Yeah, that was a really nice shot, though, by Birdwick, no, I think it was Bop actually off the stale end of that last play. I had a very nice double tap, but didn't quite find the back of the net there. And as Klowa was able to then clear it out, but that was very close to being a tie game. And now Post in transition. Good touch by Jade into the corner. Spence going to leave this one for Klowa and then go up. Klowa trying to block the clear, but it's still kind of in the corner. Blitz can't really quite get a pinch, but a whiff there from the GBC defense. But Post unable to capitalize. Klowa gets a little too far ahead of that ball, and now Blitz. Over to Jade. GBC's rotation's a little bit awkward here. Let's see if Post can take advantage. Nothing clearly found just yet. Barely touched there by Blitz. And a nice read by Klowa off the backboard. Birdwick is there. Has no boost to follow this one, though, and that's going to be another 50 in front of the Eagles' net. Blitz trying to get in front. Bumps him out of the way. Good play there by Blitz. We see a pinch off the sidewall this time by Birdwick. Good 50 beat by Bop. As Blitz gets on top of it in transition. This could be something, but Klowa was caught flipping. And can't get much on that ball.
Yeah, it seems like, Goldey Beacom was stealing away a lot of boost from Post University, and it made a lot of those challenges very awkward. You knew that somebody had to make a play with no boost, and sure enough, it was Blitz was able to find it from Klowa, who did pick up the 100 pad. So now that they've got boost in their tanks, that's why you're seeing a lot more offensive possession, although that might end here, especially with BigSpence low in boost and by himself defensively. But it is a great job to get it out to midfield. Wow,
somehow gets it past two with 0 boost as BigSpence, and now Blitz with a chance for a nice pass out mid. Little too high, though, and Klowa tried to do what he could, but that pass was too high. Now Bicky with a chance. He's got on the roof of his car. He's got a nice flick over one. Well, Blitz will now take control. Sends it out mid. Ooh, Birdwick, great play getting in front, but now here's Blitz with the changeup, saved by Bop.
Excellent play. The anticipation was on point there from Bop. That's the only way that you make that space with the pace that pass had from the Eagles.
Yep. Oh, this could be an opening here. Klowa, 1 to beat. Flick over 1. Bop gets back in time. Saves it off the top crossbar. Blitz, great presence there of mind in the 1v1 situation. Klowa backflips there. Not sure if that was on purpose, but it ends up working out. Bicky with a demo on BigSpence on the back end of that play. That could open the door for things for the Lightning. Let's see if they can take advantage. Off the corner here for Birdwick. Oh, coming in for the shot, but a whiff. Uncharacteristic here. And now Klowa will capitalize on the miss. Wow, that is tragic for Goldey Beacom. Bop had such a good look at that ball, Bear, and then just completely missed, and then Klowa took it coast to coast.
For sure, and they were unlucky that Klowa was there in the one to be able to field that, because he had no boost in the tank. He picked up that 12-pack midfield. I don't know if you realize that. That's the only way he got back up to that one and got that challenge. Great recognition and able to finish. That was Klowa defensively as well to start off that sequence, so he was great, and he's been something special in this game.
Definitely, and a bit of a misstep there by Goldey Beacom as well, and then BigSpence getting the demo, and now the carry. Pinch pass off the ceiling corner, and Post is not letting off the gas here, Bear.
No, they continue, and just one after another be able to rotate in. That's the great effort from them, but look at this passing play as GBC will get it directly back. They'll cut the lead in half with just 41 seconds left.
Yeah, Jade credited with the goal here, but this was really created by Bop. That was a gorgeous double tap pass off the corner there, just setting up Jade perfectly. BigSpence was not anticipating that double tap, and that's what allowed that free ball basically for Jade. But Post still up by 1 here with 40 seconds, so they just got to play solid defense, and the series will be tied up at 1, as we see a nice 50 there by Blitz, and BigSpence with a good cut in front now. Gonna get a nice pass out in front. A double commit here for Goldey Beacom. Oh, it's off the crossbar. And Post escape That was a clincher for sure. Nobody was expecting the ball to go at that exact angle. And that's what caused everyone to kind of freeze for a second. And then you just kind of had to hope, if you were a Post fan, that that ball wasn't going in the net. And now Blitz just trying to stall here. Gets the flick over one. Can't get the demo. And now Goldey Beacom has to stop the ball from touching the ground. Beacom sends it upfield. BigSpence with a good touch. That's going to fall down. And Post will take the game to victory.
Klowa was everywhere in this game in a good way, because he knew that he had his ground covered because BigSpence was right place, right time. We saw that with that last kill to the ground with 0 seconds left when Goldey Beacom was transitioning back down. We saw a little bit earlier as well when he was, his midfield presence was actually a bit of a nuisance. The plays he made with no boost in the tank was amazing. Same with Klowa. But Klowa also started defensively and was able to transition down. His end-to-end play was absolutely dynamic. He could go coast to coast. We all know this already. And in a game where Blitz semi-disappeared, he took 3 shots quietly and didn't do much else. You need the rest of the team to perform, and BigSpence and Klowa were definitely up for the challenge. And that allows Blitz to kind of regroup here, get into a new game, and maybe feel as confident as we've seen him in the past, because he's been spectacular in big times. This is a guy that put up 16 shots in the first 2 games the last time that these 2 teams faced off. If he can continue to put on pressure like he does typically and let the rest of the team perform, then Post University can get that traction that they really need against GBC, who's come out hot versus the last time these 2 teams matched up.
Yeah, great points, Bear, of course, but I also want to say, too, that the scoreboard doesn't always necessarily reflect the contribution of each player, right? And I think Blitz had a ton of really clutch defensive possessions and 50s kind of in front of the net that don't necessarily get marked down as saves in the save column, right? But they definitely do a good job at, stopping the opponent from scoring, as we see Goldey Beacom off to a really hot start here in Game 3 with just a really nice play overall by the whole team. Jade with a nice pop-up there, messes up the clear, and then doesn't mess up Picky Bop. Gets the extra touch on the ball he didn't want, but it didn't mess him up. He just kind of stopped and was like, go ahead, Picky, take the shot, man. And he just took the shot right over the top of the Post defense. Ended up working out pretty well for them. So Goldey Beacom going to play from out front here in Game 3, Bear.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that was probably the most important part of that play, is just kind of getting out of the way at the last moment. Even though you juked 2, including a ceiling shot, which is impressive. Oh, but look out.
Yeah, that was very dangerous, but luckily for Post, no harm, no foul there, no goal for the Lightning, as Blitz gets bumped into Klowa by a member of Goldey Beacom there, so cars just flying every which way during that transition. Klowa positioning his car there to get the clear if the shot went on target, but there was no shot, so it ended up looking like a miss, which can happen sometimes. But here we go. Nice pass by Bicky. Bobby's going to leave it for Birdwick. Good communication here from the Lightning. Once again, off this corner. Transition shot from Klowa. These Eagles love these transition shots, especially Klowa. We've seen it all season, Bear, and it's very dangerous, and Goldey's going to have to watch out for that as this series progresses.
Yeah, another one, because they keep getting into Post University's zone, and one of the reasons where they were successful in Game 1 is how quickly they were able to get into it, but all 3 of them had to commit to some degree to midfield, so you see Klowa kind of cherry-picking, and yeah, Eagles get away with it a lot of these times because they're so quick with it, and so that's what GBC really needs to track down here. You're right.
Spence with a good shot on net, but 2 Lightnings are there to defend. And now, Blitz can't quite get his car on the ball, but gets demoed by Birdwick, but slows him down just enough to stymie that offensive push by Goldey Beacom. And now Blitz with a touch over 1, who had another one lined up, but Jade, good job getting in front of that one. And now Bicky going to try to read it off the corner. He cannot. And now BigSpence with a flick over 1. Blitz getting out in front of the play. BigSpence can't quite get a good touch on the second touch after the flick. Now Klowa has to hustle over. As the ball stuck in the corner, Blitz does a good job getting it past Bicky Bop. Has no boost to work with, though, and Jade able to get the clear.
A big one as well, especially when you have back-to-back Rocket League going on. You want to be able to know when the right time to throw it down the pitch is. It's not when the other team is kind of playing back and defensively, because then you just give away possession. So good recognition there. And a good play here set up, too, as Bicky Bob able to get the second one on the board for this, again, GBC team, who's been really good.
Yeah, nice little carry there by Jade, getting extra touch, and Vicky just redirecting it just enough to mess up BigSpence there, who was in the right position, more or less, to make that save, but just that little adjustment at the last minute was enough to get the goal for Goldey Beacom. And now Post has to dig deep here and needs to score twice just to tie things up and force an overtime.
Yeah, with more pressure.
Good touch by Blitz, gets it over 1. Can't get it over 2, though. Tries to flick it up for a teammate, but nothing doing. Now Klowa tries to go to the backboard, but Bicky is ready for it. And now Jade down in front. Great anticipation there by Blitz to get in front of that shooting lane. Gets a clear as well. Klowa ends up bailing out of this one. Minute and a half to play. Oh, that is a beautiful redirect by Bicky. Sometimes, Barry, you just got to tip your hat, and this is, I think, one of those moments. That is an incredible touch by Bicky. Just a little kiss off the front fender, and nothing you can really do if you're Post in that situation.
When I was with the Charlotte Phoenix back in the day, there was this kid, you might have heard of him. His name is Wavy, and he's a pro in Rocket League. And that was his signature move, going off the side like that. But good answer here, though, as Post University needed something to be able to answer back a great shot.
True to his name, Blitz with the incredible speed up for this one. Great pass as well from Klowa off the sidewall. And Post is not going to go down without a fight here in this crucial Game 3. Still down 2 with a minute and 25 left to play. Bit of an awkward kickoff here. This may work out for Post, although Birdwick is ready. Now another 50 off the ceiling, down to Bicky Bop this time, who's got boost. Can't quite get the read, though, as that was a very difficult one to make, coming waterfalling down. And then, oh, an unfortunate 50 there by Birdwick and BigSpence. Unfortunate for the Eagles, I should say. It worked out great for Goldey.
No talent.
BigSpence trying to advance that up the field. Yeah, go ahead, Bear.
Oh, all good. I was just about to say the same thing, which is like you just can't see it, right? Just out of the peripherals, right? So unlucky there for sure. You hope some communication comes through when those moments happen, but you just kind of shake it off here at this point. With a minute left, there's still time, but either way, you know, you don't want to drop more than this one game here. Sometimes when it rains, it pours, I guess.
That was a nice little passing play, and, you know, even if Post does go on to lose this game, I do like what I'm seeing from this squad, and they're really doing a good job at communicating and limiting the double commits and having some nice passing plays upfield. And then just like that, too, like that could have been a prime example of a good double commit there, as both players, like, had a good angle on the ball, but BigSpence left it for Blitz, so you can tell this team is doing a good job communicating to each other. That's a tough save for Klowa, but he makes it with no boost. And with just 20 seconds to go, I think this one's probably all but wrapped up here, Bearlight, but something can always be said for the mental boom of getting the final goal in the game, even if it doesn't affect the final match score.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like, you know, in that one moment where you had a huge goal, it was answered directly back, right? Bicky Bop had some insane mechanics off the wall type of shot that just kind of silences. If you don't get that response there in that moment, then you would have seen Bicky Bop hit that follow-up goal, in my opinion, because that confidence starts to build. You're able to limit that to some degree. Yeah, you catch an unlucky goal there against GBC at the tail end there, but all things considered, the shot count is one that you have to be concerned about because it was 10-4 in the shot count. Post University was doing big things as far as finding those passes that they were looking for. To your point, either they look good in every other column there, minus of course the goal scoring, but this team's working together. It's definitely not a red flag regardless of the 4-1 scoreline.
Yeah, Bicky Bop, just incredible game. The hat trick, as well as 2 saves, 50% shot accuracy. And yeah, it's just like you said, Bear, the shots were heavily skewed in Goldey's favor, which just tells me, like, Post just needs to do a better job at advancing the ball upfield in a controlled manner instead of just kind of banging it. They're just kind of sending it down the field. As we see some joins and rejoins, we may have to remake the lobby here. I'm not sure quite what's going on. Okay, it looks like all 6 are ready now.
Good to go.
As here we go into game number 4. Goldey up 2-1 in this best of 7. Let's see if Post can bounce back, or if Goldey will go on to match point already here in the CACC finals.
It seems pretty quick, and they've earned every little bit to have that opportunity. Now, whether Post University is going to deny or not certainly is up to them here. They've looked good, but you have to execute it every moment, and that one sure was a close one, but Post Eagle is going to get away unharmed.
Yeah, that one's off the crossbar. The the crossbar can be your best friend or your worst enemy. And right there, it was a good friend. Wow, great save there by Jade. The confidence to not own goal that ball as it was coming towards his own net. And now Blitz going to turn. Oh, go for the little baby flip reset and try to slow things down, and almost worked out. That would have been a beauty of a shot there.
I think it's one of the things that we haven't seen a lot of from Post at all this season. What is slowing the play down, changing tempo, and really allowing the defense to kind of jump out and make mistakes on their own. Post usually plays a, blitz kind of style, get in your face and start to get those shots going on. And that almost worked out for him. Obviously, you don't want to steer away too far from your ultimate game plan, but it's good to see it once in a while.
Banger of a shot by Klowa. Going to get the rebound as well, but it's too slow, and Birdwick will get the save. But now here's BigSpence. Oh, and Vicky can't quite read it. Off the backboard, has no boost to work with here. It gets fakes out Klowa, rather. Ooh, BigSpence coming in. Shot gets just misdirected there. And now Blitz has to make a save. Doesn't quite get it all the way into the corner. And Birdwick will put it in for GBC.
You do everything you can to try to make a save here, Blitz, but unfortunately, the way it went off the side of his car put it right back into the box. And at that point in time, it's kind of scramble mode there for the Eagles. They try to fly across and get that last save, but nothing doing here. GBC, they've started off a majority of these games with the lead. It's looking good for them early. Post University, just little mistakes. Another one here will open up the door for GBC. They'll be up 2-0.
Yeah, Bicky did a really good job of putting his car in a position to get this goal if Klowa missed, and he did miss. That was a very difficult read. Klowa knew that he had to go for it, though, because otherwise he would have just be leaving a free shot on net for the Lightning. So good effort that time by Klowa, but that is an extremely difficult read to make, with the ball waterfalling off of the ceiling. Good team defense that time with Klowa going early, and that allows BigSpence to get the easy save versus both of them double committing at the same time. This could be an opportunity for Post, but now all three members are wide open. This leaves the net wide open here, and Goldey will connect and score their third of this game. And this is something that you will see when his team starts falling behind, Bear, is they overcommit on the offensive end, and that leaves a really easy goal for the opponents on the other end.
Yeah, it's easy to fall into that trap of, hey, we need more goals. Let's get closer to it. All three of us, let's push same time. Maybe we'll find a little bit more success. So, especially when it's this early in the game, that's when you don't want to be able to get out of that rhythm. And now you just see it continue to kind of fall and falter for the Eagles because just a little bit of, confidence maybe falling a little bit here at this point in time. They still got 2:48 on the clock, so I won't count them out here at this point in time, but it's looking pretty grave as far as them being able to get the series even. They might be match point against if they don't get it cooking here and now.
Yeah, and this will be pretty detrimental not only for the series in general, but also for the team's mental. Just because, oh no, and Blitz with an own save there, although I'm not quite sure if that was on target, but a nice double here, and that's going to open the door for Jade, and Goldey Beacom piling it on now. 5 unanswered goals at halftime.
Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow for sure. Jade, we knew their goal scoring ability, right? Bicky Bop, though, came in as a big question mark here and has been one of the better players. They've been flashy, but they've also been pretty consistent throughout. There have been some misses from Bicky Bop overall, but certainly has been a big asset to this GBC team that just wasn't there in week 5, and they continue to get better over the course of the season. You add pieces like this, and suddenly you become a team that's really tough to go up against, especially when they get you late in series.
Yeah, we may be talking about Post, transitioning into that do or die mentality pretty soon, as Bicky, I'm not sure if he lost his flip reset there or just decided not to use it, but threatening it sometimes can be all that you need. As this one, may be essentially locked up at this point with a 5-goal deficit. A little over a minute and a half to play. Post is going to have to start scoring basically right now in order to have a chance there. Nice flip reset there from Bicky, turned away by Blitz, but yeah, I think Post is going to have to start looking ahead to the next game in this series, Bear.
Yeah, and they look a little bit handcuffed when I talk about this game specifically. That physicality and demos, it wasn't necessarily there a whole lot from GBC, just enough to kind of throw Post University off. And I don't feel like the coordination ever got back into place after the third goal, which really looked a bit disorganized in the way that they were fully committing as a full three-piece. I think, you know, instead of being able to talk it over, it looked like everybody just tried to come back in and play hero. So you saw a lot of the same mistakes that we saw a little bit earlier too. Now, if they can conjure a team that's, you know, the same as a game 2, game 3 that we've seen, then perhaps, you know, Post University can certainly get something going. But I think a key part of this loss here is that Post University's been playing from behind in just about every single game. They don't force you into a mentality whether you like it or not. You know, it's basically fight or flight mode at that point in time. And when you're in that mode, you get very aggressive and do things that are uncharacteristic like we've seen in this game.
Yeah, and I'm not too worried, honestly. Like, GBC is playing very well, of course. But Post has been down before. They've made comebacks before. They know that, you know, the series is not over until the last ball touches the ground at the end of the series, right? So they're going to fight every second of every game to get back into this one. And, you know, just also the fact that it's not 3-0 right now, it's 3-1. That'll also, I think, help the team a little bit in confidence heading into the next game here. But yeah, it is going to be an uphill battle for sure, Bear.
Yeah, no doubt. I think, you know, you make a solid point, and a lot of people might be thinking, you know, why, you know, 1 win versus 0 wins. You still have to win a couple in a row to even be back even here in this series. And I would say that it's because now you've proven to yourself mentally that you can do it, whether that's subconscious or on your current mind. I don't think it's on their current mind right now, simply because, you know, you're kind of in that moment. But if you can conjure that same feeling, be able to get back into that mode, know that you're capable of doing so, then you should be good. But it has to be a more coordinated effort. The little things that you said that you like to see in the last game where they just fell a little bit short have not been there at all in this in the game that we just saw. So have to be able to jump back out in this game number 5. Keep yourself rolling. Otherwise, it'll be a tough you know, ask for them. So I'm very interested in this first minute. How do they get off to a good start? Are they able to get that first goal on the board? Because otherwise, they haven't been winning a whole lot of games.
Yeah, this first minute is going to be so crucial for the rest of this game and the rest of this series, how it's going to go. And Post has really got to try to put that last game in their rearview mirror and just come out swinging at the start of this game. And that is not going to be the answer right there. A huge miscommunication there. I think BigSpence kind of assumed that Blitz was in position to get this one. Or maybe he got caught on car cam for a second. Not quite sure there, but yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see if you're Post. You got to really shake that one off and start over here.
Quick answer, super important. And I think it's you expect that 50-50 to come from Klowa. He's been doing it all game long, and it wasn't on him necessarily. You know, they were able to kind of juke him around, but that's just having confidence in your team, maybe a little bit too much. Before you toss off that ball, Cam, you got to be able to make sure that they got that challenge so that you can go up into place and get that challenge as well. So I don't blame him. It was a little bit close, but at the same time, it's a bounce back, and how quick can he answer?
Touch off the corner by Blitz here. BigSpence gets the dunk. The block, I should say. Bumps Birdwick, but Birdwick able to recover. And now has a bit of an air dribble. BigSpence into the corner. Klowa has to be careful here not to overcommit because nobody's back right now. Blitz has to put this one over on the side. Jade can't quite get a good pinch there, and now it's going to give another 50. To Goldey in midfield. BigSpence gets a touch on that one. And now Birdwick can't get it past Blitz. Blitz with almost gets the double off the corner. That's another tough read there. Unable to connect. Klowa bumps Bicky off of this one. And now Blitz gets it past one. Cannot get it past Birdwick. That could be a chance. BigSpence and Klowa both diving for this one. And it's cleared out.
Big high play as well, Bicky Bob. Was looking for Jade, interrupted. This is great anticipation
Blitz.
from Pose. Blitz up for this
Oh,
one!
baby!
What a double touch. What a play to get the spark going here for the Eagles.
An amazing shot here by Blitz. Look at the adjustment midair.
Wow.
Keeps the air roll going. And that high mechanical play, that's something that is going to fire up the team in chat right there. That is exactly what they need to get back into this game and to get back into this series. Let's see if they can keep it going, Bear.
Yes, it's huge. Scoring a goal, getting equal, certainly going to spark something. To do so in that flashy form, just get something buzzing in your communication lines. Now, you have to feed off that. You want to be able to get this next goal in pretty quickly, so that way you can keep them off kilter. We'll see if they're able to do it.
Good demo there by BigSpence. Blitz gets a second touch off of that first one. Jade, ooh, that's not a great touch. Bicky is able to recover, though. Klowa wisely waiting on the backboard for that one. Sends it off. This one's off near post. BigSpence will clear it away. Blitz all the way down the pitch. Ooh, Birdwick doesn't quite read it. And that's going to leave it for BigSpence. Down in front for Klowa, but can't get a good amount of car on that ball. And post kind of missing an opportunity there to go get the go-ahead goal. Beacom getting in front of this one. Sending it back down the pitch. Jade, slow, but is able to recover. Birdwick shot off the mark. Blitz can't get the read, but neither can Jade. And both teams making some uncharacteristic mistakes here, Bear.
Yeah, it seemed like they kind of got in their own heads there in a moment, because it would have just been an easy tap down, but I think, you know, they anticipated the Eagles missing defensively, and that's why Jade got thrown off as well. So kind of, you know, it's said best by Wifty. I believe it was Jorby, the RLCS caster, that phrased that one. Once one person misses, kind of everybody is thrown off as well. So
yeah,
a bit chaotic, but they'll settle back in.
Good touch by BigSpence to solve for time here. As Blitz, a little bit awkward for this one, but it makes an excellent touch into the corner. Now Bicky a little bit too high to threaten. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. Oh, Blitz somehow recovers and gets the save. And BigSpence clears it out. Bicky sends it right back. Oh, that's dangerous. Yep, that's gonna happen. You run out of boost. Bicky sends it all the way down, and Klowa just not quite enough boost to get there, and then puts Blitz in a bad spot. He was also low on boost. And Goldey now out in front with the go-ahead goal. 1:04 to play. What does Post have to do to get back in this one, Bear?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You can't make that many mistakes, give Goldey, Beacom that many opportunities. Otherwise, you're certainly going to find the back of the net. You have to be able to find that passing. You have to be coordinated. You have to be communicative. And you have to have big plays from BigSpence in that big moment. We'll see if they step up, but I want to see that end-to-end passing to get and relieve some of this defensive pressure that they're really feeling right now.
Got good play by Blitz there. Ooh, Birdwick with a whiff. And then BigSpence making it there first. Klowa shot on net, but Vicky is waiting for it. Goldey Beacom, no, they're 30 seconds away from a championship right now. Klowa's shot is high. Can he get the bump? Yes, he can, but nobody there to take a shot. And Goldey survives. 15 seconds to the championship here for Goldey. Can they do it? Pass out mid. Klowa's shot. Birdwick is there. Demo from BigSpence, but nobody there again. This could be the last chance for the Eagles. Down in front, and it's off the crossbar, and Goldey will win. Oh my God, Bear, what a chance at the end to tie it up and send us to overtime. But Goldey will win it 4-1, their first championship, Rocket League championship here in the CACC. Wow, I thought for sure we were about to go to overtime there. That was incredible. Oh, man.
That one stayed out, man. Yeah.
Congratulations to Goldey. Huge props
Yes.
there, especially to Mystic, the head coach of the team. He's done a fantastic job there as the Rocket League head coach and the esports director over at Goldey Beacom. So shout out to Mystic. Ex-RLCS Pro, by the way. I don't know if you knew. Won Season 3 EU. So that's pretty cool. And now in the collegiate scene, you love to see it. But unfortunately, Post will fall here 4-1 in the finals to Goldey, who just, honestly, they just played better tonight, Bear. They made less mistakes, and they were able to capitalize on the issues that Post had in the match.
Yeah, I totally agree. Big shout out, BigSpence for stepping in. Nivix wasn't able to make it, and certainly made a splash here. Sometimes when you are competing with another team and then you're kind of tossed into a new situation to try to get up, it's very tough to do. But I thought BigSpence was relatively seamless coming in, so big
Mhm.
shout out there for sure.
Oh yeah, no,
But
he played really well. I think
yeah,
all the team just generally played really well. I think Goldie just played better. Sometimes, like I
yeah,
was saying earlier,
yeah,
you just have to tip your hat, right? Like Goldie just played a better game. I think that, if both of those teams played 100 games against each other, it would probably be like 50-50 or 49-51, right? Like
yeah.
at the end of those 100 games, like those teams are so evenly matched. But tonight, Goldie was the better team, so shout out to them. Congratulations on their win. Post will not go back to back, unfortunately, this season. But the Rocket League season is not over. We have more matches on slate for you later on this week. So let me get the schedule up here before you guys go, so you know what to expect the rest of the week for matches. So also going on right now off stream, we've got our NBA 2K player, Frosty World. He's in the ECAC playoffs, so good luck to him. I'm not sure what the status of his games are right now, but we'll keep you updated on that. Tomorrow, we've got the college football playoffs. So round one, Brad Snap is going to be playing in play-ins. That'll be on his personal channel, which is unfortunately not available for that match tomorrow. But then Thursday, we've got Bearlight and Pyro J going to be taking you through the ECAC playoffs round one. The same Rocket League team you just saw going to be taking on West Virginia at 8 p.m. on Thursday. That's the top 16 of the ECAC. So if they win that match, they'll be coming back again after Thanksgiving on December 4th to play in the Elite Eight and the top 8 quarterfinals of the ECAC. And then Friday, we've got your Overwatch team taking on University of Georgia in the NECC semifinals at 8 p.m. Overwatch so far undefeated in the NECC, so we'll see if they can keep that momentum rolling through the rest of the season. But yeah, final thoughts, Bear?
Man, incredible series here. Again, congratulations to Goldey Beacom College for what they were able to do. I mean, throughout the entirety of the season, whether Karma was in or now you kind of get, Bix comes in and just does a great job. They certainly have earned this one here tonight. Great Rocket League, though. This Rocket League team still learning, growing, and really finding challenges that maybe they hadn't before. I loved watching Mystic, and obviously having an individual like that certainly builds a program. Good luck to, of course, Post University and the rest of their matches, but Goldey Beacom as well for their CACC title. They started out strong with that first of potentially 3, trying to sweep, like you said, in all titles. We'll see if they get it done, but all things considered, it's been a fantastic year. Obviously, I'm not done. You mentioned I'll be with Pyro J on Thursday. On Wednesday, so tomorrow, I'll be on the main NECC channel with him, so I'll be chilling with Pyro J, being able to connect with him,
Oh,
be
nice.
able to get all the stats going on as well for
There you
the
go.
match for Post University on Thursday. So it's going to be a great week, Denny, and I appreciate you having me as always.
Yeah, for sure. Also, one last shout out. We've got the Smash CACC finals. That's going to be Goldie Beacom versus Bloomfield on Thursday at 7 p.m. I believe Goldie, I'm not sure if Goldie is going to stream that, but I'm pretty sure Bloomfield will probably stream that match. So make sure to tune in, see who wins the Smash finals. Will Bloomfield get the three-peat, or will Goldie Beacom play a spoiler there and get the second out of 3 championships this season? So make sure to tune into that one. That's going to be on Bloomfield's Twitch channel, I believe. But Ish, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they usually stream their Smash matches. But yeah, that's all for us here tonight. We will see you guys, or Bearlight will see you guys on Thursday for the ECAC Rocket League. Until then, have a good night.